Hello everyone, Phil here from Schwartz Mazda. If you're looking to purchase a new Mazda CX-5, or you already have, this video will work for you. This is a full walk around of the Mazda CX-5. First we'll start at the front of the car as we move towards the back, and then we'll go through all the interior features. If you're looking for a trim specific video, stay tuned as those will come out for each trim level: the Sport, the Touring, the Grand Touring, Grand Touring Reserve will be tied into one, and then the Signature. Now you'll see that some things changed here as I'm not currently at the dealership anymore, but I did keep it consistent with the white CX-5. This is actually my wife's car, Touring with preferred package, just like the one we're looking over in the rest of the video. Some things I'd like to go over here is, this is a Touring with preferred package, so you Grand Touring and above drivers, you'll notice that there isn't any fog light down in that corner over there. This car does come with automatic high beams, called high beam control, in your settings on your Mazda Connect system. High beams will automatically come on if you're in a poorly lit area. If it does sense headlights coming from the opposite direction, the high beams will automatically turn off, or if you're just coming into a better lit area. Housed behind this emblem here is a radar sensor for your Mazda radar cruise control and part of your front automatic braking system. You want to keep this free of any mud, dirt, snow, or anything like that. That way it functions properly. If it is obstructed by anything, you'll actually get a warning in your dash, and the system will turn itself off for safety. There is a sensor for the front automatic braking system, but also a camera. They do work in tandem, just between 2 and 90 miles an hour to keep it nice and simple. If it does sense that you might get into an accident, it will brake for you, whether it'll be mitigating the damage or avoiding a crash altogether. Now the Mazda radar cruise control system, we'll go over it in the safety settings video that will come out soon. If not already, it'll be in the description below. Now let's move on to the rest of the car. Both the CX-5 Sport and CX-5 Touring come with these 17-inch alloy wheels. Doesn't matter about any additional packages or anything like that. These are the standard wheels for this car. If you did want to opt for larger wheels, you could either move to the CX-5 Grand Touring and above, or you can purchase wheels here at the dealership, ordering through our parts department. Here at the rear of the CX-5, no matter which trim level you get, you will see that there are dual tailpipes back here. That's standard on all the CX-5. All come standard with the backup camera that you may not be able to see from that angle, but I'll show you in a little bit. The things that change for the upper trim levels, again, I'll go over that in the trim level specific videos. Now, what you get in a Touring CX-5 with the preferred package is a power tailgate. We're not going to go over that now, but you'll see this automatically opens. As we move to the rear of the car here, you'll see 2 levers on the left side. On Touring models and above only, you'll see 2 levers here, one small one and one large one. I'll show you what they do in a moment. You'll also see a lever on the right side here, but only one. Now I'll show you exactly what these levers do. If you pull the large lever, you'll see a general 60-40 split. But there's a reason that there's a small lever. Now imagine carrying your beach umbrella, skis, 2x4s, things of that nature, but you still want to seat 4 people comfortably in the car. It's actually a 40-20-40 split in this car. Now if you pull the opposite lever on the right side, it'll fold down that seat right there. Underneath the cargo floor is your temporary spare. All CX-5s will come with a temporary spare. If you do have a Touring with preferred package or above, the Bose audio system subwoofer is right here. To remove it, there's a bolt right here, and then a little clip here for the wire. If you want to remove the wire, it's not completely mandatory. The floor jack is placed here to the left, as well as your tire iron. To the right side of the cargo area here, there is this handle for the right side seat, like I said. But there's also a 12-volt connector here. I'm at as creative, all I can think of is tailgating. What you'll also see on the bottom right is a little handle here. Pull this up, and you have a bit of storage on this side here. And this is the same for the left side of the cargo compartment. Now keep in mind again, if you do have a Touring with preferred package or above, you will have a button up here to close the tailgate electronically. There's 3 ways to do this, and this is one of them. Now, as we sit behind here in the CX-5 Touring, you notice a couple things. There is an armrest back here, and in this armrest, there's 2 cup holders. Behind that, there's a small storage area for your phone if you want to sit it up. And behind that is a small storage compartment. And what you'll notice here is there's a little square. There's 2 USB ports here facing the driver's side. They're 2.1 amp. They'll actually charge your devices. They won't just keep them from dying a little bit slower. Another feature here for all trim levels is this little loop right here. If you pull it up, you have access to the back of the car. Think about road trips, things like that. Someone wants a bite to eat, you guys stored your food in the cooler or something like that. You can fold this down, reach to the back, all while having their seatbelt on. No need to stop the car or anything like that. And then it just locks back into place. There are 2 overhead lights up here, 1 and 2. What you'll see here now, there's 2 vents back here. This is only for touring and above. Now, before we move to the rest of the interior here, I wanted to point out that I'm not going through the infotainment system in this video, the Mazda Connect system. That will be linked in the description below. I'm going through the basic functions of the cockpit area here, as far as your cruise control, things like that, wipers, the automatic climate control, and some of the functions of the center stack here. But if you want a more in-depth walk-around video, I'm going to do a separate one for the Mazda Connect system, and I'm going to go through a whole video for the safety features. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at phil, P-H-I-L, @mazda.bz, or my cool little fill it up 93 email at the bottom. Now, I'm doing these videos freehand, so I'm sorry for any shakiness. Every steering wheel on the CX-5s will look exactly the same. Starting in 2020, they added all the safety features standard on the CX-5 Sport, so you no longer need a package for that. So all the steering wheels will look the same now, showing your radar cruise control functions here, and then the display there on the top right can change by the press of this button, but we'll get to that. All the functions on the door here will be the same unless you have a Grand Touring with a premium package or above. Here on the bottom left of the steering wheel, you'll see a few functions here. You'll see TCS off, that's for the traction control system, and that button there is for the lane departure warning and lane keep assist system. It's a quick turn off button for that. To the left here, again, touring with preferred package and above only. This is the way you open and close your tailgate. To open your tailgate, you press and hold, but it didn't work because your doors are locked. So press the unlock button. After you unlock the car, now just press and hold this button to open the tailgate. And then press and hold again to close. Below where I went over these buttons here, you'll see 2 more switches. To open the fuel door, pull all the way up, and let go. As we move to the steering wheel here, you'll see volume controls for your radio. This center button here will be for the voice recognition system. We'll go over more in depth with that with the Mazda Connect system overview. You'll see an info button here on the left side as well. That's to change this screen right here on the right. Range, trip A, trip B, service intervals, and this is the screen I keep it on the most to view all the safety features being active. Below those buttons, you'll see a phone to answer the phone, hang up the phone. Behind this section of the steering wheel, you'll see off, auto, and then 2 more lights here. Okay. If you want to have full control of your lighting, just turn this off as you see fit, or turn it to auto if you want the auto headlights to come on. You can actually set the sensitivity for the automatic headlights, but again, that's going to be in another video. To the right part of the steering wheel here, you will see the controls for the radar cruise control. Think of it as a regular cruise control system. It makes things a lot easier. Once you do set your following distance for the first time, you never have to set it again. So I'm just going to show you how to do that real quick. And that's focusing on this screen here and this part of your steering wheel. So we're going to turn cruise control on. You'll see 4 rectangles pop up. As you can see, I'm adjusting the following distance. Each rectangle is about a car space. Of course, those car spaces get larger the faster you go. I always set it to 4. And I'm not saying that for liability reasons. It is just the safest way to go about your radar cruise control. I've tested it. I've used it a lot. It's by far what I feel most comfortable with. And to adjust your following distance, use these switches here. Reduce following distance, increase following distance. And then you have your set buttons here. and then the resume button. And then you can just press this button here to shut off the cruise control altogether. As you move to the center here, I'm actually going to turn off the car and turn it back on so you can see fancy little lights pop up here. What you'll see here popping up on only 2019 and 2020 models of the CX-5, it tells you who does and doesn't have their seatbelt on in the back. If the right rear passenger doesn't have their seatbelt on, that will be red. If they do put their seatbelt on, it will turn green. The only reason that you'll see this light is if no one's sitting in your passenger seat. The airbag will automatically be off. When it does sense a passenger in your front passenger seat, the passenger airbag will turn on. Or if you happen to carry your 50-pound dog in the front seat. This is the dual zone climate control system for touring models and above. Also on touring model and above are the heated seat buttons, driver, passenger, 3 settings each. We also see I have the air conditioning set to low because it's very, very warm in here. But if you want to adjust the temperature, we'll adjust the passenger side here. You turn this dial, and we can turn it all the way up. So you'll see that it's set to high. Let's say I'm driving on my own now, and I don't feel like turning that dial counterclockwise to match my own temperature. I'm just going to press this button in the middle, hit sync, and now I can control both from the driver's side. Another thing is, you always want to make sure this AC button is turned on. You'll see a little light pop up here. And also the fan speeds here. Raise the fan speed, lower the fan speed. Fresh air, recycled air, front defroster, rear defroster. And then down here all the way to the right, it's a switch to change where the fan blows to. Your feet into the defroster, your face and your feet, just your feet, however you like. Now the whole shifting assembly will be the same on all CX-5 models, no matter the trim level. You'll see P, R, N, and D. And then if we put it over to the left, for manual mode, shift down a gear, shift up a gear. It's correct in the Mazdas. Now, one piece of advice I like to give, which is not really going over the car, I don't suggest you grab the shift lever with your hand to the right here. It kind of makes it weird to bring into drive. Put your hand over the shifter, pull the button in, and just pull it straight back. So all the way forward for park, all the way back for drive. Nice and simple. Along with that, let's not forget that the US government did mandate backup cameras as of 2019 in all passenger vehicles. You do have a wide angle backup camera here. You'll see those black lines on the screen. That does not happen in the actual car, it's just the camera. You'll see a wide angle to the left and the right. It's best for backing up in those tight spots when you're coming out of, like, say, a Costco, a ShopRite, or any supermarket, things like that. This also come with rear cross traffic alert, so if someone is coming from behind you on your left or your right that you can't see, whether they're walking or driving, you will get alerts telling you that someone's coming, even though you can't see them in the backup camera. Also, you'll see that red line there. Anything inside that red line, not between the bumper and the red line, but in the red line itself, is about 2 feet away from your bumper. And as far as your bumper goes, that's your bumper right there. This car is white, so you'll see a white bumper. This is your Mazda Connect system. It is the same in all trim levels of the CX-5. The reason for the electronic parking brake is because it opens up a lot of space in this area here. And it always maintains perfect tension. Pull up to engage, just like you would a manual parking brake. Put your foot on the brake and press down to disengage. Now there's a trick to this though. Let's activate it. If you're sitting in your car now, go ahead and do it. Make sure your car's on. Put on your seatbelt. And now you put on your seatbelt, put the car in drive, let go of the brake, the car stays still, tap on the gas, and the car moves. This auto hold feature here, you see that it's blinking on me. You're wondering, why isn't it working? There's a good reason. Safety. You have to make sure your seatbelt's on. As long as your seatbelt's on, now we can turn it on. And I'll show you exactly what it does. Car has to be in drive. You'll look in the dash here. The bottom left of the Touring, you'll see a green hold light there. My foot's off the brake. And we're in drive. The car's holding itself. To move the car forward, you don't even have to press the button. Just tap on the gas, and you'll be moving. Now, as we move to the armrest here. I would actually remove this tray. Do with it what you wish. You'll see there's a couple things in here other than storage. You have this orange tab here. It's just an orange tab, that's all. It's for the SD card for your navigation system if it's so equipped. You also see 2 USB ports here. The top one is for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The bottom one will only work to function as a media device as far as like a USB media or charging your device. And then in here you have a good old 12-volt connector. That makes 2 12-volt connectors. And this makes 3 12-volt connectors right under your climate control system. Now, of course, on the right side of the car here, you will see a glove box with your owner's manual. What I suggest is ditch the owner's manual and download the My Mazda app, and you can get all the information you need on how to operate your car from there. Because who wants to read 600 pages? Again, this is a CX-5 Touring with Preferred package. This is one of our most popular models. It does come with the auto-dimming rearview mirror, sunroof, the power tailgate, and of course, the Bose audio system. Now, this was a general walk around of the CX-5. If you want to learn how to connect your phone to Bluetooth, use Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Those will be in a separate video. If you want to learn all the safety features in the car, that'll also be a separate video. Other than that, if you have any questions about your CX-5, feel free to email me at fillitup93@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me here at the dealership at phil with 1 L at mazda.bz, PHIL at mazda.bravo Zulu. If you want to come look at a CX-5 for yourself or any of the other cars we have in stock, feel free to reach me at 732-530-4100 and just ask for Phil. I'll be happy to help. This is a full This is a full exterior walk around of the Mazda CX-5. Jesus Christ! Woo! Me and Tim are going off-roading here. Here we are going off-roading again. No.